Hey, welcome back once again. We are in the kitchen magic of the Low Country Kitchen, talking barbecue, and we turn to the expert, my great friend, your great friend, great chef, Laurie Erickson. She's going to whip up that perfect barbecue chicken and corn on the cob. And Laurie, the thing of it is, for 25, 30 years, I've been cooking chicken on the grill. The problem is I burn it so often. Why is that?
I think I got you covered here.
Okay.
The reason is, honestly, it's all in the sauce.
Okay, this is store-bought sauce.
Yes.
We're not going to say who it is.
We covered the name to protect the innocent.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
What's the main ingredient? The first ingredient that you see?
Ingredients: high fructose corn syrup. Sounds like sugar to me.
Yes, yes. And that's why it burns, because a lot of times you put the sauce on the chicken, you put it on the grill, and it's black on the outside and raw on the inside.
Okay.
So there's a couple ways we're going to get around it.
Okay.
A, make your own. It's so easy. Most of you have all these ingredients in your kitchen already. Mustard, this is one of my new favorite mustards. Vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, ketchup, soy sauce, and chili powder and paprika.
Depending on how hot or how spicy you want it, right?
True. I mean, that's, but this is kind of basic. You can add to what you want. So also,
and if you're looking, by the way, if you're looking for this recipe, you can go to cheflaurie.com.
Yes.
It is on there. It spells it out just exactly how it has to be done. Okay.
And also, bake it in the oven. It's really so much easier. And you just spread the barbecue sauce, and this is fresh out of the oven.
Look, can we get an overhead? Can we get a close-up shot of this? Take a look at this. This is unbelievable. And by the way, your Le Creuset looks absolutely beautiful.
It does.
This is going into the spring and summer edition that they have.
Yeah, all this at the Le Creuset downtown.
And
love it, love it, love it.
So good. We've got a whip on Raphael, trying to keep him away.
I know, we do. He's good. So we just brush it on, dump it on, bake. And if you want to finish it like a couple of seconds on the hot grill, that's good, just to sear it up and get it nice and crisp. So that's
So you bake that in the oven how many degrees?
About 350 for about half an hour.
Okay.
And you can even do this a day ahead too, and just pop it on the grill for the last second. But yeah.
Wonderful.
But also there's a thing called indirect cooking. If you've got a grill and you've got the grill grates, you turn these burners on, these are off, and then you can put this off to the side.
So you don't have the direct flame.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So that works out good. So we'll keep it nice and warm here. Now, one of my favorite things to go with barbecue chicken is, of course, corn on the cob. Everybody's favorite. Do you make corn on the cob?
You know, the way I've always done it is boiling it.
Yeah.
And from what you tell me, I'm boiling out a lot of the nutrition, a lot of the vitamins, a lot of the taste for that matter.
And the flavor, for sure. And you get that big pot of boiling water and you gotta dump it. It's a pain.
Can be dangerous.
This one, honestly, I love this because parchment paper, which you know I love.
That's your favorite friend.
It is, it's pretty much.
Yeah.
So basic corn on the cob, shuck it, put it on the parchment paper. I just get butter. Yes, real butter, people, not margarine. The real thing. Slather it on there.
Nice, yeah. Okay.
Don't be afraid of fat. Fat's your new friend.
Okay.
It's
the sugar I'm trying to cut back on.
Yeah, I know.
A little bit. I've actually
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, yeah, it's all good. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, corn. Sprinkle a little salt on here, little pepper like you always do. Then you just roll it up. All the juices and all the flavors stay in here.
Wow.
And this whole thing goes in the microwave.
So simple.
2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes.
Done.
Oh.
Yeah, and it steams in its own juices. And then when you get it on your plate, if you're not ready to eat it right away, it still stays warm. And I know at our house we had one stick of butter that was just for corn that you kind of put on there, which I thought was like,
but you've already put the butter, the salt, everything, and it stays in there, and it'll stay hot inside that parchment paper for 15, 20 minutes.
It's supposed to go brilliant.
Yeah. Now you've got some biscuits here. Tell us about those, because we've been looking at those. We've been smelling the biscuits. They're absolutely wonderful. And by the way, you used to at one time you were at Canyon Ranch up in the Northeast, and you were the pastry and demo chef there, and you actually used to cook specialized bread for Sean Connery, Paul Newman, and Hillary Clinton.
Yes, they were.
So your resume, you ought to go to our website and check it out. Not to mention, but we will, you used to cook for President Bush at one time, and also you've been on Dr. Oz. But you've got these biscuits. Tell us what those biscuits are all about. Okay, biscuits.
And I always say, people are like, healthy biscuits? How can that be? Well, I always say you can eat all the junk food you want. You just have to make it yourself.
Oh.
So we made these from scratch. This has pepper jack cheese in there. I threw in a little whole wheat flour. But real butter, some buttermilk, and jack cheese. And we've got, of course, some potato salad.
We've got the potato salad right here. If we can, Raphael, if we can show this. This is absolutely gorgeous. It smells so good. You've got some pretty good chunks of egg in this as well, don't you?
Yeah, it's kind of classic. It's New England. I'm a New England girl, so you got to have the egg in there.
And it smells so very good.
Good mayonnaise, yeah.
Where can we find out some more information about you?
You go to cheflaurie.com. You can get this recipe. I didn't put the recipe on. It's just, you know, it saves time.
Yeah, it saves time, but you've got all the ingredients at your house.
Yep.
And and one of the things that you were telling me during the break as well is before you put your chicken on the grill, spray it with some olive oil. You've got
man, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day.
Yeah.
Get your grill hot first. Spray it with oil, not the stuff in the can, you know, the P word. We don't like to say the P word.
No.
This is the Chef Laurie oil spritzer. Get your pan hot or your grill hot, spray away, and it won't stick. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yes, ma'am. My pleasure. We got more coming up after the break, so stay with us.